Hey, welcome to the channel. My name's Alan Sams, and today we're going to take a look at this beautiful Rickenbacker 4003 S bass guitar. Rickenbacker is an interesting company. They're based out of California. They have been around, it seems like, forever. They still do things very, very similar to the way that they've always done them as far as construction of their instruments. Other than some like modern day upgrades to their factory, like with CNC machines and so forth, everything with these guitars and basses are for the most part still, there's a lot of man hours that go into each one of these. They are a company that only makes a certain number of instruments a year, and it seems like they are forever on back order. I just happened to get lucky. When I got this bass, I just happened to be following one on Sweetwater, and it became available. And as you know, if you're really looking for something, you better jump on it, especially if it's something like this. The construction, the fit, and the finish on this guitar is, in my opinion, second to none. It's a very easy playing, just very unique bass guitar. We'll get into a little bit of the specs here. You've got a maple body. You've got maple neck. The neck is a neck through construction, so it actually goes all the way through the body to the tailpiece. You've got 4 deluxe Schaller tuners on here that are open back. You've got a thick slab of rosewood on here that just, I don't know, feels great. Like, the front of this is lacquered. It's just maybe not as heavy as just a regular 4003, but still feels really good. You've got 20 frets with absolutely no rough fret ends. Polished very well, done very well. You've got the electronics on here, which are pretty basic. You have a 3-way toggle switch. You've got your bridge volume, neck volume, bridge tone, neck tone. And in the bridge tone pot, if you pull it out, it gives you more of a vintage, it revoices the bass, so it sounds more of like a vintage Rickenbacker. Now, one of the things that's pretty cool is, like, Rickenbacker is one of those instruments that's been played by so many people, whether it's been Paul McCartney or, Lemmy or, shoot, even Rick James played a Rickenbacker. And they're just, I don't know, man, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a cooler looking bass. A couple other things. You've got 2 single-coiled Rickenbacker single-coil pickups on here. Now, myself personally, I know that it's really popular to usually most bass players will take the bridge cover off. For right now, I'm trying to keep this bass as close to original as possible, and it's not really affecting my playing real estate right now. So as long as I get comfortable with it, if I'm okay with it, then I'm going to probably keep it on here. And with that in mind, we'll just kind of go through a few tones here. So we'll start off in the bridge and just kind of... I love it. It's just got that the Rick tone is not a smooth jazz tone. It's not, it's gonna have that, it's gonna have that Geddy Lee, Chris Squire kind of growl to it. It's it just, to me, it's so cool. It's just, if you're listening to a recording, this is one of those bass guitars that if you hear it in a recording, you know what it is. You know that it's a Rickenbacker being played. So let's go to both pickups here. get a little bit warmer once you start to add the neck pickup in. And then obviously, if you just go to the neck pickup, just if you pop the push pull pot here in the bridge tone, you start to get that more vintagey kind of. Start to kind of get more of that Getty sound, where you're going to definitely get that, you know. You're gonna. It's a little bit more. It's got a little bit more treble to it. Anyway, so my final thoughts on this just beautiful iconic bass guitar is, I think it's one that it may not be for everybody. Sometimes they're not really the most practical instruments. However, you can pull off a lot of different styles with this. You can get a lot of different tones out of it. The neck on here is pretty thick. It's pretty, it's definitely a pretty chunky neck here. So if that's not your thing, this may not be for you. To me personally, it's a comfortable neck. I just think it's a great sounding instrument, and it's one I'm very happy to have, and one that I plan to keep in my collection for a very long time. Anyway, guys, hey, as always, I want to say thank you so much for jumping on board. We've added another 100 subscribers to the channel this month, and I can't really say thank you enough. It really, till next time.